going on, nerd paraders and fellow Wasteland Nomads? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for coming to hang with us here today as we play some more Last Oasis. We're going to be doing something pretty interesting in this video, and that's going over the science of Last Oasis. And we're going to be testing some of the current mechanics and metas within the game. I am Nick, this is Nerd Parade, and I want to thank you guys so much for coming to hang with me once again. And if you haven't done it, be sure to tag that subscribe button. Also, ring the bell so you stay up to date with all things Nerd Parade and all videos coming your way here in the future. Now, in today's episode, we are going to take a look at a couple of things that have really caught our interest in Last Oasis and maybe might change the way that you build some of your ships. What we're going to be taking a look at is the Falco Walker legs, specifically the Falco Walker legs in general, but specifically the Falco because that's what we're going to test out here today. We have a normal walker leg that you can see, behold, it all of its splendor and glory, has hard status and 9,000 health. Hard resistance, 9,000 health. And then we have the armored walker leg, which is considered hard status, not reinforced, not soft, but hard. I know, I'm just waiting for like the jokes to come in, with 9,000 health. So here we're joined with our Chief Science Officer, Doomed, who has initiated this test, and we have pumped 10 ceramic bolts into not only the armored leg that you see here on the left-hand side of the Falco, or is it the right-hand side? I can't tell. It's the right-hand side. I'm good at directions. And then we've got the regular legs that have the exact same amount. 10 ceramic bolts put right into the legs, and there's no resistance whatsoever. The armored legs appear to be, from our science on the Nerd Parade channel, one big giant bait. A bait for you to expend more resources than you necessarily need to. There's no armor reduction or damage reduction from the 10 bolts fired in this side to the 10 bolts fired in the other side. It just seems like it's a clunky way to sink your resources. Now, we were going to expand on this test. We're going to dump 2 armored legs onto a Falco and 2 normal legs onto a Falco, and we're going to race them side by side to see if these armored legs actually slow the fastest ship in the game down. And we want to try to avoid that if that's the case. This may be blowing your mind a little bit, but currently, and this is likely to change because the game is still in pre-alpha, currently the meta is to maybe not run armored legs on some of your ships. More testing is required. Here's going to come our glorious 11th bolt right into the leg. Kaploop. Okay, now we're going to move this stiletto over to the other side, just so we could show you directly, with all testing possible. I'm going to use the same harpoon. We'll do that. There's going to be no room for scientific error on the Nerd Parade channel. No, sir. Just really, really long backup with stiletto movements. And stop. Same one. Oh, wait, was it this one? I think it was this one. Okay, yeah, we're good. Ceramic tip bolt. Aha! Same shit. Perplexing. The Great Race is going to start now. Partner in crime Doomed here is going to be piloting one of the Falcos. I actually just hit the wrong key because I'm a big dum-dum. We have the 2 Falcos here, one with the obvious normal legs, one with the obvious heavy legs or armored legs, and we're going to see if there's a speed difference in between them. Now, these guys are not built identical. They are going to have a slight weight difference, and we're going to cover that right now. But what we're looking for is a clear winner in the race with the Falcos. Where's my sticks? Oh, they're there. So this one, I know it's really hard to see with the text being the way it is, but this is 2,400 pounds on this Falco currently. I'm going to hop over on the sticks of the other Falco. We're going to show you the comparison. It's also in the 2,000 range, and it's just like as close as we can possibly get it, but we're not looking for anything major. We're looking for, or we are looking for something major. We're not looking for anything minor. I hate these railings. I can never get where I want to go with them. Must struggle harder. There we go, we made it. What are we looking at here? This is 21. So we've got 23 and 21 when it comes to the weight. That's a 200 kilogram, because I believe that's the... Screw this. I believe that's the weight unit that's used to measure. Wow, I'm struggling here. I'm having a hard time. We're doing good. We're good at our job as YouTubers. We're going to race these puppies. what we're going to do and how we're going to try to make this as fair as possible is this seems like a pretty flat stretch of land. What Doomed and I are going to do simultaneously is hit H. So on 1, 2, 3, go, we're going to hit H. So on go, 1, 2, 3, go. There was a small delay there, no big deal, but what we're looking for is a clear speed advantage. If there is no clear speed advantage, oh my god, you actually look like you're moving a little faster than me.
Yeah, that might be a difference.
You are taking it over. I mean, is 200 to 300 pounds really that big of a difference?
I'm not sure.
It can't be the legs. We're NASCARing here.
Yeah, we're NASCAR.
I'm gonna. Oh, there's the pit maneuver right there. I'm gonna call it is the 200 to 300 pound difference. I don't see those legs, because the idea would be that the non-armored legs would be faster. That's the idea, and that's what we're trying to disprove here. Is the unarmored legs would be less weight, therefore faster, and the Falco would benefit from the speed. The Falco was all about the speed machine. That's kind of the reason behind the testing here. I'm going to say currently, unless this is changed, there is no purpose to use the armored legs on specifically the Falco, because that's what we just tested. Now this also begs the question, and we're going to pull up our walker menu here, should we use the armored legs period on any ship? So I'm going to take a look at Schmetterling here. If you look in the middle column, you see 1500 armor, or 1500 health and hard armor. It's not soft, it's not reinforced, but it's hard, so it's the same as a regular light foundation. We'll look at armored, and it's the exact same thing, 1500 and hard, although this requires 130 ceramic shards and 16 tar. That's a really steep material investment for 0 gain in the game. And what we're seeing here with the Falco is that it's a 0 gain. We haven't seen anything that would suggest that these legs benefit from anything. Definitely not against ceramic tip bolts, which is the current meta in Last Oasis. That's how you leg a walker effectively. There is one other piece that I do want to test before we label this myth essentially busted, and that's repeater ammo. Now, the reason why we saved this for last is because repeaters are largely dead in the PvP meta of Last Oasis. They're not used to leg walkers anymore, just because they're largely considered inefficient compared to the ballista. However, if the armored leg exists only to reduce repeater ammo, then it may be useful against people that still run repeaters, but there's really not that many people that do it anymore. So final test, we're going to repeater ammo some of these, some of the armored leg and some of the baby leg, and see what actually happens. That was the 10 bolts?
10.
10? Okay, so we put 10 ammo, 10 darts, repeater darts, into this leg. 8730 is what it brought it down to. I mean, repeaters are not that great on legs. That's more or less what we've come to the realization of. Now what we're going to do is pump those same 10 darts into the armored leg and see what happens there. All right, we popped down this little fob. It was a old style, like, repeater-based fob. This thing has been more or less retired. But we're going to pump those same 10 darts here into this armored leg right now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So we went to 28 to 18, and I see 8730.
That's what I see.
So there is literally no reason that we can logically think of at the current state of the game that you should be running armored legs. Now, hard, let's take a look at hard legs. It does have a health increase. So 1500, we're just using the Schmetterling, for example. Let me go over to the Falco. We'll use the Falco. So it's 9k, 9k for regular, 9k for armored, and then hard has 12k. Still hard. Now, if the legs don't change, if they function exactly the way that they function now, it begs the question, is 72 reinforced planks worth 3,000 health to players? In my opinion, no. That's a huge investment for a very small game. So, unless the legs themselves start to develop a new stat like armor has, like a resistance stat versus different types of ballistic weaponry. Run them cheap legs, ladies and gentlemen. Run them cheap legs. The Nerd Parade team is here to science things out for you because we love the science and all things are for science. And what happened to be on our radar here today were walker legs, specifically testing that out with the Falco. Will we test other walker legs and other things with other walkers? Absolutely. But it will come to you in a new video. So stay tuned to the channel. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. Ding the bell to stay up to date with all things Nerd Parade, all things science, and all things Last Oasis. Bill Nick, the science dick, will venture off with you guys into the future. But for now, take care of yourselves, smash the thumbs up button, stay awesome, and we'll catch you in our next scientific episode. Later.